Today we are very proud to announce the latest enhancement to our stamp recognition software, SRS, what we call our Global Edition. We believe this will revolutionize how collectors search and identify their stamps for their collections. Over the past several years, we have made great advances in stamp recognition technology and increased the speed of identification so significantly that you can now identify a stamp from any of the EzStamp databases without having to first know the country it is from. This new global edition of SRS is now available in conjunction with EzStamp. The best way to describe it is to simply show it to you in action. We simply start EzStamp and have any of the 263 country files open. We're always adding more. Also be aware that all EzStamp databases are 100% complete. I currently have the Canada database open in EzStamp. I've scanned several stamps for our test here. Some of them are mint, some of them are used. To begin with, we go to Extras, SRS, and select Global Mode, or we can just use the shortcut key of Shift-Control-G. At this point, SRS has been initialized. We can simply drag an image into the SRS window, or click on the Load Image button, or we can paste an image from the clipboard. I will be using the drag and drop method for this demonstration. So here are the images that I've scanned and saved. So I'll drag this image here. The first thing you need to do is click on Warp, then click on Global. Select the countries that you want to search. I'm just going to let it search all the available ones. Click Done. I'm going to let the system auto search the levels. It'll start with the quickest and then slowly move to the deeper scans as it needs to. You must always enter a denomination with the global searches. So this one we can see here that this is a 5 rupee. So I'm going to type in 5R, click on Start Search, and you can see that it found something right away. I'm going to add this one to be inventory by right-clicking on it and say yes, I want to add it to my data. And then we close. Some images require a deeper, more intensive scan. That's why we recommend you use the auto search levels and let SRS determine the best method to use. Since SRS is so fast, multiple level searches are quickly performed. Used stamps do not present a big problem as long as significant portions of the stamps are not heavily cancelled and thus hiding the features and design of the stamps. For global searches, a denomination is always required. If you do not know the currency, just leave that out, but you must enter at least the denomination. For example, if it's a 10-cent stamp, you can type in 10 or just 10C. So let's repeat for a couple of other images here. I'll take this other one here. I'll drag it in. I'm going to change that denomination to 3C and begin the search. And there you go. We found it. We right-click on it, and we're going to add that to our items to be inventoried. Let's take this one here. Again, this is a 1 penny stamp, so we'll type in 1P, type in Start Search, and again, found it right away. We'll add that one to our inventory. Let's take this one here. That's a 5 shilling stamp, so we'll type in 5S, start the search, and now it'll go through and let's see what we find. Sometimes it takes multiple passes to actually determine which stamp it is, but it should find them, and it should find any varieties that are available as well. So as you can see here, I'll stop it here because I can see which one. There's multiple stamps from Great Britain that meet the criteria of that design. I believe it's this one right here. Where are we? Number 108A. So we right click on that. And add that to our data. Let's try this stamp here. That one's 7.7 kroner. As I said, it doesn't really matter if you don't know the currency, as long as you type in the denomination. And we'll start the search here. And I found that stamp from Denmark. We can add that one as well. And I'll just keep adding. That one is 130. Again, found that one right away. Sometimes it's harder to see the what the actual stamp looks like in this thumbnail view, but if you just double click on it, you can see that it expands it. Okay, let's take this one here. That's a 10K. And we'll start the search. Now, I know that this stamp is from Russia. Russia is one of the largest databases out there with over 12,000 images. You'll see that it will take a while to get to Russia. The searches occur in alphabetical order, so it'll start with countries starting with an A and then move along through the alphabet. And I think I know why we didn't find it already, because that's 10 ruble, not 10K. So I'll stop that search and we'll do it again. Oops. I'm going to stop that again. Let it auto start. Sorry about that. Ugh, did it again. That should be 10R. And let's see if we find it. There it is. If you want to add it, if you want to have a closer look at it, that matches the one that we put in there. Let's throw this one in. That one is a 20 kopek, 20K. Start search. Again, found it right away. Let's take a U stamp. So that's 1.75. This one shouldn't have too much trouble, but let's give it a shot. So it switched levels now, and it still found it. There's the stamp that we found. We'll add that one as well. And let's take this one here. That one is a 60F. For those of you who aren't familiar with the country names, this would be very, very useful. I mean, I happen to know that this stamp was from Hungary, so it wasn't a big problem for me. And let's do this one. That's also 60F. Again, found it right away. We can add that one as well. Let's take this one here. That one is a 2K. So on the first pass it didn't find it. Now it's going to a slightly deeper and found them both. There's the one that we want. And let's do, we haven't done this one here. That is a 1L. And as it's searching through, and there it is. As you can see, you can quickly and easily identify your stamps with the Global SRS. One handy feature is to limit the countries to search if you can. This will speed things up even more, and you can just save a list of countries. For example, if you know that your stamp is from the British Commonwealth, you can save a list of those countries so only those countries are searched. Why would you search China when you know that the stamp is not from China? To do this, all you need to do is just click on Select Countries, and we had previously chosen all the countries, so I'll move those back, but I've also saved a list. So for example, these are all the British Commonwealth countries that we have. If you knew your stamp was from a German area, you could save a German country. So it saves a lot of time by saving you having to pick all the countries manually. Once you are done searching, you can exit SRS and go to EzStamp and inventory the stamps you identified. A viewer will display the stamps you found. To inventory them, just double click on any one, and that country will be opened and the stamp retrieved to be inventoried. You can inventory any stamp from any country without having to open or close a database. So let's click Done. And as you can see, here are the stamps that we had found in our searches. So let's say we wanted to inventory the Denmark stamp. All you have to do is double click on this entry. EzStamp will open the correct country, bring the stamp up for you, and then you can just go ahead and inventory it. Let's say you had this stamp as a Never Hinge Very Fine. Click the check mark. You see the check mark here. Now that stamp is inventoried. If you want to do the Hungary one, click on that. Same kind of deal. Just inventory. So you can very quickly inventory all the items that you've found using SRS. SRS is a very powerful tool to have at your fingertips when identifying your stamps. No other software can provide this kind of speed for searching stamp images. Here at SoftPro, we continue to innovate, and we look forward to providing collectors with useful tools to make the hobby even more enjoyable. SRS is available for purchase at our website at www.ezstamp.com. That's www.ezstamp.com. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye-bye.